Hi, and welcome to episode 18 of One Game Dad. I'm the proverbial One Game Dad, Gregory Palaci. And today's episode about bad baby habits. Because this podcast, this vlog is about nothing if not parenting and culture. And humans are lazy. I mean, that's why I make this podcast in this manner, but humans also find the easiest way to do just about anything they can. And babies, like my daughter, exemplify that. Of late, we've been trying to train her to sleep. We started this in November with, me being able to, or training her to sleep without my wife having to put her down. And that's been successful. And at the same time, we've been training her not to breastfeed anymore. That's been successful. But in taking that step forward, she's taken two steps back because she's because my daughter has now started demanding milk during the night. Constantly, like, she wants a bottle, and she wasn't on a bottle for months. She doesn't want milk during the day. She doesn't want a bottle during the day. She, for all intents and purposes, she is fine, but in getting her to sleep, it now requires a bottle or two a night to get her to return to sleep. And because she's getting so much more liquid, it means getting up and changing her diaper more. It's it's additional work. Added to that, it's like, while I was making steps to getting her to sleep without having to be walked. This past week in particular.
Another one. Run along home with the rest.
Sir, show some mercy. We've not got nowhere to go. For us, it's Novigrad or death.
Had enough of you lots. Sod off, or I'll have you skewered.
They seem desperate. Let them through. Can't see any harm in it.
It's she getting her to just lie down, whether it's in our bed or on the couch, is just...
Let these people pass.
Yes, sir.
It just doesn't happen. It just... Okay, this week she's had a really bad cold, so she's been super stuffy.
That's a chance of a new life.
Stay off the roads. Liable to run into another patrol.
Shan't be taken like that again. We'll be as careful as hares in a field bared by winter. But you was casting a different mold than us. More like the hero that lies in the tomb neath Crookback Hills. Tomb's in a cave in a hillside. Downwarren's at the foot of the hill. Folks say treasure inside's a sight to behold. Huge hall.
But
Find something that suits
yeah, because she's been so snotty, her lying down makes it really difficult for her to breathe. And so, like yesterday, she slept for 3 hours on me, just sitting here on the couch. I couldn't do anything else. And, well, that's fine because she is ill. It is...
Come on, Roach. Fetched enough to buy him a home.
Stop chattering and help me search.
It is
Greetings.
just... It makes me feel like we're taking steps back. She's about to start daycare, and that means she has naps there. And in doing those naps, she needs to be able to just lie down and go to sleep. But we can't even get her
Thanks.
to that
Be
step.
happy to join you.
What do they call you?
I'm Geralt of Rivia. I'm a
It,
witcher.
so training my daughter to sleep is, yeah, it's more than troublesome because we make some progress, but then something happens where it just throws it all off.
Exactly.
She's been walking really well, walking without support, but again, this week, because she's been super needy, she hasn't been doing that at all, and it feels like she is undoing everything she's been learning. Like, just getting her to walk to her mother and back to me. She wants to crawl, or she wants our support. Like, she doesn't want to walk on her own. And
Wasn't me.
she's a baby. She's almost 1 year old. But it's...
Any news of the war, for instance?
It's just one of those things.
Soon to cross the Pontar. I bet diamonds to peanuts Radovid won't manage to repel this time.
Such a shame Henselt
It's-
perished in Lormark. Blast
Yeah.
the Dragon Slayer.
Right you are. With Henselt alive, Nilfgaard wouldn't have had it so easy in the
Yeah.
east.
The Emperor's sure to take Novigrad soon. He'll seize the
Getting
temple,
kids
the city armada. The West will be
to
all
do
British as well.
things is difficult because it has to be the easiest thing for them, or there has to be a motivation for them. And all humans are this way. This is why I say humans are lazy. We see this in video games, that people do the easiest thing even if it's not the most fun thing,
Better come with me. I know some people who'd want to talk to you.
and it's
You'll have to
always
kill
a
me
fight.
first, if needs must.
Relax. A misunderstanding. That's all this is.
Hold him, Witcher. I'll find a rope.
Ha! Not a chance!
Sorry, not about to get involved.
I'll fucking
Uh.
manage on my own. Stay in formation! One Nilfgaardian mole less.
Can't actually know he was a spy.
Oh, he was. I know him on sight. Seen my share. On your way now, you're no use to us. Fatherland needs to be defended.
Yeah, it's just doing all of this
Choked to death on 3 pounds.
is-
Right. First full of Nilfgaardian florins.
training my daughter. It is tiresome because
Faster.
it just, I don't feel like we're getting any progress, and so, to a large degree she needs to be ready for daycare, but it's like, how do we do that when, it's holidays or family, or there's just one thing after another that keeps affecting her patterns, and she does really well with a set routine, but it's not something that I'm finding we can do on a regular basis anymore, because she's just so reluctant, so put upon to change her ways. She's a kid. I mean, there's really no incentive, and now we also have to start potty training because my wife was telling everyone else in her baby group has been doing it, or her mother's group, and it's like, okay, great, that's something else we have to add to the list, and it's like getting that all done is
Hey there.
yeah, I don't, with all trying to do all of this and to just get her to be into normal modes, I don't know. Like, we took the site off her crib so we could lay her down there and sit next to it, because laying her down and holding her there, like being next to her, which is what she really wants when she sleeps.
No one here by that name. Nothing else.
I see. And behind you, that's a berry picker's camp?
We're, bird watchers.
Let me guess. That sword's in case you run into a hornbill.
No. Hornbills aren't endemic to this area. Don't migrate here either.
Gonna walk in the camp now.
Aye. Naturally.
And you're gonna go look for hornbills.
Aye. I'm going, indeed.
It's, yeah,
Trouble me, Greylocks.
just getting her to,
Geralt
like,
of Rivia.
we took the site off the crib so we could sit on the floor,
Vernon Roach, Temeria's last hope.
and
Not all you want. Temeria will rise again.
Roach, I cannot abandon them.
You can and must, because those are your orders.
They'll die. Please.
We're done. Dismissed.
we have to sit on the floor and hold her there, but then she can roll out of the bed. Not that it's very high, but she moves around so much, and she wants to be next to someone. She always wants contact, and that's the hardest things.
What do you do here? Hunt Scoia'tael?
You jest. Who cares about the Scoia'tael anymore?
It's just getting my daughter into
How'd you wind up here?
normal
Came with the
behaviors,
army, of
normal
course.
habits is
Remnants.
hard. It's
When Nilfgaard
Uh,
crossed the
it-
Yaruga,
it's tiresome, and I just, again, it's always one step forward, two steps back.
joined the Second Temerian army under John Natalis. He would have stopped the Black One's advance along the Dol Blathana Mount Carbon line.
But yeah, and I mean, like right now, my wife is out walking
For 3
my
days.
daughter, so she'll sleep,
Then they
which is
slashed
good and
us
bad.
into
Because it's okay, my
pieces.
daughter is sleeping, but it's not getting
Soon
her
after,
used to
I
napping
heard Radovid was assembling his
as she
forces in
should
Novigrad.
in a
They
bed
had promised to fight for a free north.
or without
Three
movement,
the remains
and
of
so it's
Natalis'
just like,
army.
okay, I've been doing everything we can, but at the same time, like, my wife needs to get out of the house, my wife needs to spend time with my daughter, I need to record this podcast. Like,
I
there are all
decided I
these
would
things that
mount my
just
own.
end up compromising. In the holidays,
Looking for Horson Jr.
I've heard of him. Though I'm not sure why you think he might be in my camp.
Heard some birds chirping. You've got some of the same friends. Both seem to count Radovid among your allies.
These birds. They're terribly talkative. I'll need to see them. You'll have to point them out.
Meantime, Vernon, willing to help or do I need to keep looking?
As always, you've more luck than you deserve. I'm on my way to meet my Redanian contact. We're meeting near Oxenfurt, at a chess club.
Thanks. Knew I could count on you.
You trouble me, Greylocks.
yeah, so it's
Just what our band of merry men need.
just getting
It's true you killed kings. You and our commander.
You trouble me, Greylocks.
getting my daughter into any position where she'll do something.
Pay for a free Temeria without blood. Damn them!
What the blazes you thinking?
Fucking bitch!
What the blazes you thinking?
I mean, I'm
Our band of
repeating myself on this because it's just it's so confusing as to what to do. And I know there are books to read, there are
a witcher. Just what our band of merry men need.
there's
Now, witches, they can't catch the pox. Isn't that right?
it's oh Well,
Come on.
you know, I never expected this aspect of raising a child, of just having to train and try again and again.
That stench.
Yeah. I mean, it's something. It's nothing like training a pet. In part because she's so cognizant, but also so just set in her ways, and positive reinforcement itself ends up creating bad habits. And yeah, it's crazy. That we have this repetition again and again.
Your contact. Who is it?
Slippery little bugger. I'd have nothing to do with him. Were the circumstances any different?
Mean you don't trust him?
I trust no one, including you.
Come on.
Defeatism and desertion.
So it's, yeah, you know, it's funny because in storytelling, you know, you show growth by presenting a character with the same dilemma twice, and it's how they react to that dilemma by making a different choice. That you demonstrate
Let's
growth.
see what.
And that's it's just not the case with raising kids. It's not just trial and error. It's that repetition. I mean, I feel like I'm going crazy at times because it is trying to do the same thing again and expecting a different result.
They say it's the game of kings. That chess teaches one to think.
And it's tiresome to say the least. In the past couple of nights I've had to sleep on the couch because my daughter's been so restless because of her having so much phlegm. And so, because I also snore occasionally, I didn't want to disturb what little sleep she...
To spend time in good company?
A king cherishes no one's company. I play chess to reveal the game's secret. Blood thumps inside these chessmen. You need only listen, and you will hear. Dub-dub. Dub-dub. A heart pumping with life. I take a pawn, and I hear flesh being rent. I win a piece, and I hear screams from the depths of its bowels. I want to break the chessmen open. Squeeze the truth from them. Do you see what I mean?
It's...
No, I don't.
You do not because you are not a king. Pawns see only their comrades at their sides and their foes across the field.
Parenting
Has a different view of the chessboard.
takes different skills, and some skills you learn throughout your life because they're applicable to other things.
You see, Witcher?
But by and large, you know, this is... I mean, okay, like changing diapers, like, okay, just...
I think I do now.
Unimportant. Let us speak. Why have you brought the Witcher here?
I think he'd best explain.
I'm looking for Cyprian Wiley, Horson Jr. I know Redania supports him.
Why do you seek him?
It's personal.
Fair enough. I'll not pry. I have placed Junior in a mansion in Oxenfurt. Very few know this. They'll not let you in unannounced. Thus, you must tell them you've come about the new whores. Junior constantly requests fresh women. I hear he doesn't treat them well.
You just give me a man after investing coin and time in him? Can't help but wonder why.
The...
Consider it a gesture of goodwill. Almost. I'll expect you to return the favor. And also, Junior has lost his purpose. The Big Four is no more. I shall contact you to collect in due course. Now go. And you, Roach. We must speak another time.
Other skills, I mean, like, this training of this type is not something I have experience with. It's...
Don't really care beyond that.
Geralt, come to think of it, I too wanted to ask a favor. I have a terrible problem with Vess. Need someone to talk some sense into her. Come see me at the camp. I'll tell you more.
Let me think about it. See you, Roach.
Deal with the witches, then we'll come for you. Don't you worry.
And because I don't have those skills, because
Witcher. Got a foolproof method for exercising witches.
it's not that I feel like I'm failing as a father, but it's I find myself at a loss on how to go about it. And these are things that, you know, you're never really... It's not just you're not taught, but they're very rarely discussed in various media. And, for example, I've been thinking about a little game, like a baby simulator. I know there are such things, or potentially there was. What was it? It was It was what is it, like on the Nintendo DS? They had like My Pets. I'm sure they had My Baby or some such, or My Kid, and that was Pets with a Z. So maybe it's My Kids with a Z. I never played it. Never had a DS. I mean, I only ever had the original Game Boy. But there's just there's a loop to your day that to everything you do that is so similar to what you're trying to do as a parent, and it's something that I hope to be working on in the future. Hopefully next month I'll have something to show, but yeah, for now it's just about getting my daughter into normal sleep patterns, sleeping throughout the night, sleeping in her own bed, actually laying down and sleeping for naps, and potty training, because hey, you know, everyone should do that. But she moves around so much, just the idea of getting her to sit still and use the potty is frankly absurd at the moment. It's one I'd love to see occur, but do I honestly think it's going to happen anytime soon? No. I really don't see it happening anytime soon. I would like it to. I would very much like it to. But, yeah. There's just some things that I don't see happening anytime soon. Maybe in the future. But I mean, how we're going to fit that all in, I don't know. Maybe daycare is going to be good in that regards, because they are going to train her on some of this. But I feel bad pawning off that onto someone else. But that's nothing new. And yeah, well, my time's up. I need to get back to cleaning the house. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I've been Gregory Palaci, and this is One Game Dad. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube at One Game Dad. You can even find me on Patreon, and everything I do is at onegamedad.com. Please be sure to share and subscribe, like and review on whatever platform you encounter my work, and let your friends know about it. Or if you have questions and comments for me, I would love to hear from you. And I know I take far too many pauses and I ramble, but this is meant to be just kind of a weekly vlog where I try and play a game, and I really shouldn't play story-based ones where I want to pay attention, but where I'm playing and just talking about what's been on my mind. In this case, this week, it's been bad baby habits. And a bad baby habit, I imagine a baby in a nun's habit. Yeah. If I actually did artwork, maybe I'd draw that. Anyways, thanks again, and tune in next time. Until then.